Well, Emna, welcome. The stage is yours.
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for joining my quality coaching presentation. I'd like first to start with a story. In early 2022, I joined the project as an integration test lead. Mainly, I do API tests and other kind of integration. I worked in that project as the first tester in the team, and then the team get bigger. I stayed there for almost 1 year working in that project, and then a very bad decision that they decided to stop and put it on standby, this project. I felt so frustrated because I built many things from scratch and I feel so motivated in that project, but we need to adapt to decision in the company, right? And luckily, at the same time, there is another event happening, which is agile transformation in the company. And there is an agile coach working in that project, and there were a lot of problems related to agile and also to quality. I can mention a few of them, like developers don't like to test, we don't know what to do next sprint, many more bugs after the release is in production, and testers don't even find their place. They are not even invited in sprint review or in backlog refinement. So the decision was, we need a quality coach in our organization. And I was the luckiest person who got this position. So as a first-timer in early 2023, so early this year, I started in this position. I learned a lot, and I also faced some challenges. So I'm here today to share with you what I learned in this position, and also what are the things that you maybe can do in your organization to initiate quality coaching. A little bit about me. I work for Sogeti France. I joined in 2021. I had the chance to work for several clients. Now I am working for Air France. And I'm also a LinkedIn learning instructor, and I do write blogs about testing and quality. That's enough about me. Let's talk why we need quality coaching. Actually, in the transformation, agile transformation, we need coaches in order to help teams stay focused with the objective of transformation and help them reach their goals. And at the same time, if we go back into the definition of quality from Jerry Weinberg, says, quality is a value to some person. So if everyone has his own definition of quality, and we are in agile transformation, so probably this will be a mess. For that, quality coaching is needed. And I'd like also to bring some theoretical aspect before moving to the practical example. If we'd like to define what is coaching and what's the difference between teaching. Teaching is actually more directive if you draw an axis, and coaching is not directive. Teaching is like when you join a project, you got a lot of information of what you need to do to perform the work. Whereas coaching is about reflecting, giving people enough information to help them find the answer themselves. So it's about involving them in order to do the job and not telling them all what they need to do. It's also about like active listening, questioning, reflecting, etc. So coaching unlocks a person's potential to maximize their performance. So this is some definition. And just before, Rick mentioned that testing before was considered as finding defects, and then like it's a kind of separate phase in the software development lifecycle, and slowly this is moving in our DevOps approaches, etc., into we talk about quality engineering, and we talk about quality is a whole team responsibility. And nowadays organization, actually most of you, I'm sure that you are working to bring quality engineering into your teams. And there are a lot of challenges. If we were working, testing is a phase, and then we want to bring it as an activity, it's challenging. So we need quality coaches to help in this transition and to help them understand and have quality as a whole team approach and build the things right at the first time. So for that, I'm talking about quality coaching, but let's first define what the quality coach role is about. I call it Agile Quality Coach because usually we work in Agile teams, and also we can touch some Agile things as well. So he is someone that challenges and actively supports a team or organization to build collaborative approach toward quality. And this could be done through whether coaching, it could be for individuals or collective for the whole team. Also by facilitation, we can do some kind of workshop, like today we did a Lego workshop, and with training or mentoring, so it depends on the need you can define. There is no standard way, only this way to do coaching. There are several ways, and even ways that I didn't mention in this presentation. Just one thing, that you don't need to be a quality coach to do the quality coaching thing. You can adapt it even if you are Scrum Master, Test Manager, or any other role, you can initiate those practices. So, having quality coaching in your organization can lead to lots of benefits. As first benefit, we can mention removing silos, because people will be involved in quality early, so developers, testers will talk. Even if you are building a whole product in the same company with many teams, a dependent team will talk more often to each other, which means we will get faster feedback. We will build a quality product, but faster. And also people will be more motivated, happy at work, and this will facilitate the move toward continuous testing. So here we are talking about involving the team and the organization instead of directing them. It's also a learning opportunity. You can learn from developer some technical aspect that will help you in your test case design to cover more aspects that are related to risk, etc. So there are lots of benefits. But as a first-timer, I had a lot of challenges. So I will tell you how I addressed some of the challenges or what I learned to do it better next time. In my first week, I still remember, as if it was yesterday, my agenda was empty. I just had one meeting with the manager to present teams, but I don't know what to do, from where to start. I just had the organigram of the organization with teams, products, and that's it. So what I did, as I'm from testing background, I reached out to test leaders and test managers of every team and tried to understand what's going on. And I also asked them, could you also invite me to your sprint review or any event you have in your team? And then everyone started inviting me, so the calendar is exploding. I have a lot of things and how to do. We have 6 or 7 teams. So what I recommend in this situation is, as a quality coach, you create your own agenda, try to understand the priorities, the challenges, and you cannot in 1 week address every problem in all the teams. You can say, this week I will work mostly with those 2 teams, and later on I will work with the rest of the team. So you can manage that, but mostly try to be intellectually and physically available for the teams you are coaching them. Another challenge, what's the level of details that is just enough for my coaching? The scope is not clear. Mostly it's a new role, and even the organization are not even aware of it. I can mention an example for improving the way we do test coverage of our regression automated test. So at the beginning, I understand that they want a picture having a statistic from every team. But I did it as they wanted. But then there is no value from that picture with statistic. So I decided to go 1 level details deeper to understand how people decide what they want to automate. So I challenged them with some question. So my tip here is to understand and challenge the expectation of management and also the teams you support, because sometimes it's not clear. So since the beginning, try to understand your scope and challenge it. Another lesson I learned, well, when you join first-timer, mostly I was a tester, people ask me, but what are you doing here? Why you are talking to us? So my tip for that is to raise awareness in the organization, in your communities about the existence of this role, what are the challenges that you have, and try to involve them so that they can help you. Because some manager, maybe they will think that you are working against them. So try to make this clear. This is what I do. I share the importance, like some presentation a bit similar to this one with my community to help them understand this role. Another thing, which was quite challenging for me, I'm known that I'd like to provide the answer, but as a coach, I need to ask questions. So questions become the new answer, but how to do that? It's quite challenging, right? If you are in a team and people ask you for some help, instead of giving answers, you need to ask them. But not every question, you need to ask the right question. Actually, this framework helped me a lot, at least to structure what kind of question I need to ask. It's called the SOON funnel. The S stands for success, so try to ask them what success means for them. Try to, for example, if we are at user story level, ask them, how will you know that you have successfully tested this user story? And later on, try to understand what are their obstacles. For example, what's preventing you from doing the testing you want to do? And later on, try to understand what kind of options they already have. And at the end, you can ask, what are your next steps? So try to always to reflect, ask open-ended questions. There are a lot of, in Google, great open-ended questions. You can have idea to ask better questions in your team so that you provide the reflection part as a quality coach for your team. So the tip, here is a little quote, asking the right question is actually as important as answering them, because people will understand better. Which leads to awareness and reflection. Let me go to the lesson number 5. I deal with an agile coach and I am the quality coach. So there are lots of topics that overlap. For that, we need to collaborate. Because otherwise, you will be in a situation where they will tell you, we already did that with the agile coach, and you are telling that again to us, or something like that. So my tip for you is to collaborate and synchronize actively with all other change actors in the organization, whether they are managers, whether they are other coaches, it could be DevOps coach or agile coach, or even a transformation team if it's a big organization. So we did a meeting every 2 weeks to understand all our backlog of improvement actions and priorities and try to discuss that together so that we know who is going to take care of what, and also collaborate if there are similar things. We even did workshops together, agile coach and quality coach. So instead of imposing, try to propose and come up with a solution. This is important in the posture of a quality coach. And the last lesson I learned in this presentation, actually, there are lots of problems related to time. When you just start your first 2 weeks or 3, they will tell you, so what's the result? We still didn't notice any change, and we still have the same problems. So do you think change is magic? It takes time, right? So it's hard for organization to accept that change takes time. My tips to give here is start small. First thing, try to take a picture, not with your phone, but the initial status of what's the current status at your organization. And try to mention what's maybe problems, etc. Try to have a status and then start with your backlog of actions and try to monitor the progress from sprint to sprint. It could be, it depends on your delivery mode and the priority of your action. So create your backlog and prioritize from what we want to start. Be patient, it's not magic. It's about changing mindset of people, some habits. So sometimes it's hard, but be patient and adapt, measure, visualize, and motivate them. So that's it about the lessons for today, because I only have 20 minutes. Otherwise, I can tell you more about this road. So let's go to the conclusion. Actually, when we have a quality coach in place, quality will become the whole team responsibility, and it will be much easier to deal with, to solve problem. If we have, for example, technical problem, we can collaborate. Testers and developers could work together, or product owner with the tester to try to understand better requirements. So this kind of collaboration will facilitate solving problems. And this is going to help us build quality in. And again, testing is not a phase, it's an activity, and we talk about quality engineering. So start with the small experiments. They are also great. In my case, for example, if I noticed some team have really good idea about technical topic, for example, or whatever, and I also know that this team need that, so I try to use the testing community to demonstrate those small experiments and make the team understand themselves that this other team already did it and this is the result. Because also as a coach, you don't need to impose change. Try to demonstrate it through examples from other teams. This is going to help them understand better why we want it, and also they will be much motivated to be like their colleagues. And also, this is going to help us to have better test design since the beginning. We will build quality into the software, and we will not break it at the end because of many problems. So the quality coach is here to help in this transition and to bring all those advantages to the teams. So thank you so much for your attention. I made it in time, almost in time. We still have 2 minutes. Any question is welcome, or you can reach out later. We have the Team Up Quality Improvement game at our booth with Rick. Thank you.
Thank you, Emna. You also have some chocolate from Norway.
Oh,
Thank you for having you on the stage. You did a great job. You were the only one actually holding the time. So I think that's also deserve a new applause. Thank you.
Thank you.